Hello, I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I got a few notes for you before the show. First, I want to thank you all for watching. We couldn't do what we do or the amount of things that we do without the support of you, the viewer. If you want to support us financially, which we always appreciate, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, where you can donate as little as $1 a month to help us continue this and all the things that we do. I want to give a special shout out to our $25 supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. Second, I want to let you all know that we here at Final Show Films are planning a little get-together up at Gen Con this year. That's August 2nd through 5th up at Indianapolis. We're going to be up there just sort of hanging out, enjoying the con, spending time together, and if any of you guys want to come up and say hi, please feel free. We don't bite unless you want us to. And if you enjoy whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to, be sure to check out our website at finalshowfilms.com, where you can find links to all of our other content, both podcast and video. And be sure to follow me at John A. Bates on Twitter for more updates on all of the content we're creating in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
That's why I'm throwing up the thumbs up, because I'm showing
Yeah,
the
we
chat
know.
in
We're getting
real
it
time.
fixed. It's all good. Yeah, we're fine.
As
we're
I
fine.
predicted, someone said no sound while they couldn't hear me. Because OBS again having issues because Windows doesn't like settings apparently, and every time they update, they lose them. Hi, I'm John. I'm the game master here for Final Show Films and also Gran Terra Rebirth. As if Final Show Films is the one in big D&D game that I'm. Anyways, joining me today is William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Gashkar Stormcaller, the half-barbarian.
And Jeremy.
Hello, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Selena, 5 Genasi Wild Maid Sorcerer, who for some reason right now cannot type the word video despite trying 7 times.
Video. And Mara.
Video.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Hope Azamar, Rogue Barbarian.
Hideo Kojima. And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I'm playing Lulu, the halfling. I was gonna say ghost hunter. It's blood hunter.
Switch genres just suddenly.
And Cody.
No, it's just a different order. Ghost hunters are in order.
I'm Cody. I'm playing Corbin, the human battle master.
And Jack.
I am Jack, and I'm playing Gwynferon, the high elf divination wizard who would like to know where you are keeping your nuclear videos.
Videos.
And when last we left off on
We miss you, Chekhov.
Gran Terra Rebirth, a lot of stuff happened. The group managed to get their way to the town of Cliffwatch in Taram, where they spent the entirety of last episode. Haven't even gone to bed yet, actually. I think about it.
Nope.
Gwynferon met an individual calling herself Ananta, who appeared to be both housing the soul of both herself and her previous incarnation, Aola, from before Eidos destroyed the world the last time. Who gifted Gwynferon a ring meant for his previous incarnation, of whom he is vaguely aware. This led Gwynferon to quite an internal, quiet, not quite vocalized emotional roller coaster, I'm sure. Which
Relationship status, it's complicated.
which led to Gwynferon talking with Hope for a minute. I don't quite remember what that talk was about, but I know it ended with Gwynferon going for a drink and telling Hope to avoid the one side of the road and an alleyway. Yes, Aaron.
That conversation was about how Hope now understands magic because the Magic for Dummies book made a lot of sense.
That's
Yes!
right. And also that Hope was stalking Gwynferon while he was talking to his former self's ex-girlfriend. Former self's ex-girlfriend.
Yep.
Cousins, brothers, sisters, mothers,
Yeah,
Nephew's aunt,
second
uncle's
roommate.
cousin.
yeah,
former roommate.
former roommate.
What does that make us?
Hope, absolutely nothing, which is what you're about to become. Hope then disregarded both warnings that Gwenferon gave, almost getting hit by a wheel as it flew off of a thing, and then leading to the death of 3 muggers at the hands of Selena. Which then caused Hope and Selena to fight.
Selena murdered more people.
Selena murdered a few more people, which then caused Hope and Selena to fight. Lulu watched most of this from a rooftop where Lulu met a platinum dragonborn named Dagon, who appeared to have been hunting the muggers. Hope went one way, Selena went the other. Dagon took the bodies into a demi-plane of some kind. And then Lulu went to talk to Gashkar on a docks while Gwenferon was getting fucking drunk with Corbin. Which is where we left off and where we'll pick up on the docks of Cliffwatch with Gashkar and Lulu.
Yeah, so Lulu has just recounted the events to Gashkar and said, all in all, I think it's going pretty well, and to get it's fairly successful.
She just kind of smirks a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Are you also allergic to certain varieties of inns? Or are you just keeping the pattern?
No, it's I'm waiting.
Oh. Do I sort of blood hunter senses, do I smell wyvern?
No.
Okay. You're gonna be waiting for a while.
Mm. Well, do you have any friends that you've known basically as long as you can remember?
I remember before them, but I share blood with my... Not like... I know the feeling.
When I was 4, maybe 5, just old enough to have decent memory, I was handed a rattling egg and told to hold on tight. And a few moments later, a small wyvern burst through, and I was the first thing it saw, and I ended up raising that wyvern as if it were my own sibling for most of my young life. He wasn't the strongest. He was actually quite a runt by most standards, and many times someone thought he wouldn't make it and tried to give me a different wyvern or a different egg to raise again, but I would not let that happen, and because this was my family. Icepelt is the only friend that I have known for most of my life. I've known different raiders, I've known different parties of people, but Icepelt has always been at my side.
You share blood. Yeah, I understand.
It's jarring being this far away from him, especially I didn't get to interact as much with him while we were in core because he wouldn't fit in the tower, but I'm shaken, and that's not a comfortable feeling for me.
Would seeing him help?
It would, just to know that he's on his way.
I'm going need to go fetch Gwen if you're okay with that.
I'd appreciate that. I'll wait here.
All right. Lulu will probably taking rooftops and not really remembering that like streets are supposed to be traversed in a linear fashion and going Naruto style on them.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. And you very easily sort of like going up the elevator.
It's less that she's trying to be impressive and more that she just sort of isn't thinking, oh yeah, there's some stairs over there right now.
Well, first you have to go up the lift because you're on the
obviously.
docks at the bottom of the cliff. But once you get up there, yeah, you just sort of going the most direct path, and then over the roofs, leaping from rooftop to rooftop, eventually getting down to where the inn is, the large building, which is the place where you left Gwen Ferron last. You go inside, and Gwen, you and Corbin are there, still drinking. How you doing, Gwen?
Slightly drunk. Marginally shattered, as the saying goes.
And also having taken some god drugs. Yes, I remember.
I smoked a pipe.
It increased your wisdom.
So Lulu is going to sniff Gwen Ferron somewhat disapprovingly.
Yes, hello. Good evening. How are you?
And reverberating around your mind, there is a voice. I have need of your magic and your you.
Right. Cracks his knuckles, stretches his shoulders. What are we doing?
Drinking.
Yes, we are. Another.
I will pick him up and start bringing him back.
Oh, dear gods.
Make me an athletics roll.
It's
not
a
that
wizard.
it's not that you're not strong enough to do it. It's the fact that he's twice your size.
20.
Okay, yes. So, Gwen Ferron, you're still sitting down. Lulu has basically just grabbed the chair and picked that up and is carrying you off in the chair.
Yeah.
Because
I'll bring him back.
It's mostly
turn to watch.
bulk as the consideration.
Yeah.
Sure.
The bartender looks at it and goes, Could you dump out the chair, please? We're using that
do.
still. Bank the chair back. Then go drag Gwen Ferron away. So eventually, you Corbin, you watch Lulu do this.
Yeah, that's a first. I've never seen. I turned to the bartender. I've never seen a halfling do that. That's impressive.
I've seen it before, but you see weird shit when you're this close to desolation.
Yeah, this is my first time out this way.
Enjoy. And you get Gwen Ferron down to the docks.
Yep.
Oh, Gashkar, you see Lulu dragging Gwen.
Where? What? When? With? Where? Things.
Before you
Hello, Gwen.
scrying.
Gashkar, how are you this evening?
Lonely, we'll say.
Now, there's two solutions to that right here.
I'm going to push Gwen Ferron into the lake.
Gwen Ferron, make an acrobatics roll.
Oh no.
Okay.
I will rescue him if he starts flopping.
Whoops. 16.
You managed to grab onto the pier with, unless you want to fall into the water. You managed to grab onto the pier and not fall.
Nah,
in.
he's good. He's gonna catch.
Okay.
Sorry. What? I must have slipped. What? I hear you need magic things, Lulu says. Something. You did say that, right?
Before, when we were trying to see the place because magic. The reason you couldn't do it was because there wasn't a person you knew there.
This is true. Yes.
So link our brains again and find. And I know Lulu knows the wyvern's name because she doesn't forget.
Ice Pelt. Right. Yes. All right. Okay. So he'll sit down. He'll ritual cast telepathic bond again.
Okay.
And then he'll use his last 5th level spell for the day to cast Scrying on Ice Pelt.
Okay.
Ice Pelt will need to make a Wisdom save, 19 or above, if Ice Pelt is trying to not be spied on, which I don't know.
All right. Have Ice Pelt make a Wisdom save. 14. So that's a failure, I think.
Yep. So
So you see Ice Pelt, and you can share this vision out with the other two because you're telepathically linked. Ice Pelt is currently. Let's see, where would he be? Ice Pelt is currently sitting atop a tree in a forest that you don't recognize, with some form of deer in one claw that it's currently just.
And you can hear that.
Yeah.
Because you can see and hear through scrying.
So Ice Pelt is viciously eating a deer.
Quite a strong predatory response for an individual creature.
That it seems to have caught in the woods.
Excellent.
There's over the telepathic link, just kind of involuntarily, there's a wave of relief and the sort of the instinctive attempt to reach out to a creature that she knows she can't actually reach through this spell.
Yeah.
Well, he seems to be doing reasonably well. Does Ice Pelt like trees? You spend a lot of time on the ocean, from what I understand.
Yes, we do. But he'll take any perch that he can find whenever he's got a meal.
What does Gwyn know about the dietary habits of a wyvern?
Is it meaty? I'll eat it.
Do they do the owl thing where they literally eat the whole thing and then just puke up the bits that they can't digest?
There's not bits that they can't digest.
Okay, they can just digest. They just process literally the entire thing.
They have a very efficient. They have a very efficient digestive system, similar to dragons.
Seems like ice breath probably helps with that.
Similar, their digestive system is very similar to dragons, which is nothing goes to waste.
Right. So yeah, Gwyn will just keep that up for the full 10 minutes and make sure that we get a decent evaluation of Ice Pelt's conditions. And
after about 5 minutes, Ice Pelt finishes eating, reaches over and breaks off the top of a tree and uses it to groom, to get any viscera or blood off of its mouth. It looks almost like somebody brushing their teeth, but it's a wyvern using a tree.
Right.
And sort of like gnaws it into like this sort of javelin-esque appearance, and then just like lets it drop. He sort of looks around for a bit, and as the scrying begins to fade, Ice Pelt takes off and starts flying.
Oh, I'd say he's making reasonably good progress.
Did I recognize any of that region based on because we acted a lot around?
No, you've never seen
the channel, and
you've never seen the region they're in.
Okay.
Has Gwyn?
Give me a history roll. Actually, give me a nature roll, because getting vague image of a forest.
24.
You imagine it's close to. You imagine it's probably close to the forested area within the mountains of Core.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like
the near forest, not the full. Hasn't made it across the mountains to the Umbral yet.
No, has not made it across the mountains to the Umbral yet.
He'll put out his opinion on. Oh, seems like Ice Pelt's about such far outside the city. He's made it about yay far.
And if either of them bother to look over to Gashkar, there are just sort of tears down the side of her face, but this very contented smile as she kind of leans back for a minute.
Lulu
Gwyn will reach out and pat her on the shoulder. He'll catch up soon.
I hope so.
Oh, yeah, there was a person that said weird things in my brain earlier today, I think.
Was there?
Yeah, I mean, there was also just a normal guy who ripped open dimensional holes.
As you do.
Normal.
As you do.
So the first one was Hope, and the second one somebody was ripping open dimensional holes?
No, Hope was... I know Hope.
Oh, okay. This was somebody new.
I think. Though I think they had the wrong person, so...
What did they say?
GM, what did they say?
Don't be mad at him, Lavis.
They didn't want Lavis to be mad at someone?
Now, I don't have names, right?
No, you don't.
Okay. I don't know a Lavis.
I don't either.
Did they say Lavis like it was a proper name or more like it was a general noun? Is Lavis a species of something? Anybody?
I don't know many other halflings, but it's not a halfling word.
Odd. Very odd.
Mm.
What was this about dimensional holes?
Oh, there was a dragon born.
Where?
The city. Scales. Selena did some... Hope did some hunting, and Selena wanted to hunt more thoroughly. And they got angry at each other and started play fighting.
No.
That's one interpretation.
She is a wolf.
That's the best interpretation of it.
She sees you nipping at each other.
I mean, that's basically what it was. 1 damage,
It's
7
not
damage,
right,
1 damage, 7
but
damage.
it's definitely how she saw it.
It was the slap mini game on top of the Mako cannon.
Yes, it was exactly that. It was the slap minigame for Final Fantasy VII.
And okay, so
And
Selena and Hope were hunting down something, sure. And what did the holes have to? Where did they come into play?
Oh, so after they finished hunting, they started play fighting and fuck you, car alarm.
Somebody is trying to steal somebody's horse outside of the
And they've got a
Alarm
cyclical
spell
alarm
goes off
spell
suddenly.
going
A
off.
version of the alarm spell that you can put up if you don't want your house to get broken into.
Yep.
So yeah, chill. And after they finished hunting, they started fighting, and I watched just to make sure they didn't, to fix it if they went too far. And then another hunter showed up and dragged the prey that they didn't want through a dimensional hole. possibly a reality tear or a subdimension, or I don't know where it went.
So you were watching the cubs to make sure that they didn't get too rambunctious, and whatever they had killed, was it a what or a who?
What's a group of who's?
Okay. No, that's clear enough.
Really? Yeah, no. Gwyn is catching on that Selena and Hope apparently murdered several people. And given what he knows of Hope, and given that he knows the advice he gave her, he's pretty sure he knows what happened.
Yeah, with a 20, Lulu isn't bothered by this. That's pretty obvious. Like, she takes this as read, essentially.
Yep. There was a lot of that.
I was making sure the cubs didn't walk into a nest. This place is dangerous and we should leave soon.
I think we're going to be leaving as soon as we can. There may be one or two orders of business to handle before we do. Personally, I'm a fan of trying to at least get across the water.
We did maps, and Hope said she would decide.
Right.
But then she started play fighting, and I don't know if she got distracted. I would have gotten distracted.
Hope gets distracted sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we could get a ship, I could sail it, and there's nothing. I don't have the problem that most people do of not being able to breathe in the water, so I don't know if any of you have any solutions to that, but I could take anything through the water if I need to.
Good. No, that seems...
Lulu looks at her thick fur hair. If that works.
Well, if Hope and Selena have murdered a bunch of people and then some Dragonborn came along and put the bodies somewhere where they hopefully won't be found, seems like we should take a moment, collect ourselves, and possibly try and make sure our companions are not painting the entire town red.
I made sure they went back to the inn. And if they hadn't gotten rid of the bodies themselves, I would have dumped them in the ocean and tied them down with some stones.
Gashkar kind of sits up and wipes the tears off of her face and just kind of holds her hand out for a second, and then a spark of electricity kind of ionizes the water off of her hand. All right. Yes, if we're going to find everyone and make sure they're all right, she kind of stands up and grabs her halberd off the ground.
At about that point, you hear the sound of someone like screaming through the air.
Joyously.
And look up. And see Corbin in midair, falling.
Featherfall.
What?
What's the range on Featherfall?
60 feet.
60 feet. If
he's not
within
there
60...
yet.
Okay. Holding Featherfall then, as soon as he gets within 60 feet.
I'm also yelling, watch this.
Watch this!
Well.
Witness me!
What on earth are you doing?
Are you still going to use Featherfall when he gets in range?
If he yells, watch this, then he'll hold back just until he can at least predict, is he headed for something that's going to hurt to collide with?
Looks like he's heading for the water.
That's going to hurt to collide with.
I was going to say, and he's falling from a height of greater than 60 feet?
Yes. It's about 100 feet. It's about 100 foot down.
Yeah. He's gonna feather fall as soon as he gets within like 30 feet of the water surface.
Okay, so you're falling, Corbin. You're just like leaping out. And about halfway down, you realize, even though you're currently raging, about halfway down, you suddenly realize that water's approaching really fast. This might not have been a good idea. And you get about 30 feet from it, and you go, phoom, you just suddenly, almost all of your momentum just stalls out, and you spin forward, just like tumbling, but not quite hitting the ground.
Splash, but
you sort of like, because your momentum just stalls out. Suddenly, your head goes forward, your feet go up. You find yourself upside down and backwards, looking upside down at Gashkar, Lulu, and Gwenfron, just before you hit the water without taking the damage you would have taken.
Yeah.
Because rage does not protect you from falling damage.
Do you want to fetch or should I?
Gashkar just kind of dips backwards into the water and goes to get Corbin.
Oh, no.
I just want to point out that we just missed a great opportunity for anime levels of gore.
I was gonna say awesomeness, but gore is a word.
I was gonna say Keela thing, but you know that it could also be an anime gore thing.
That was also anime gore.
But yeah, no. As soon as you slide into the water,
Not wrong.
he's zipping around. He's grabbing his cloak and zipping through the water, and then just from the momentum zips back up to the surface and looks at, which one of you did that? Wait, no, I don't know why I asked. Why? Looking at Gwyn.
Which one of you? The blood hunter, the barbarian, the wizard. All right, who's casting spells? It's one of you three.
Gwyn wasn't the only one drinking.
Speed, impact, inertia. At a certain velocity, water ceases to be a cushion.
Yeah.
I mean, were you attempting to break your own neck? Like, was that the stated goal of your...
No.
Probably best that I slowed you down a bit, at least, then. That I was considering safety. I apologize if I overstepped.
That's all right. I belly flopped right there at the last second. So that's
it did
what...
fuck up your form a bit. I am sorry about that.
That's all right. And I get up out of the water.
Gashkar climbs
Oh
up.
my god,
So-
Meanwhile,
So what's the party down here?
We were looking for Ice Pelt to make sure he was on his way safely, which he is.
All right.
Meanwhile, as the group of you either hang around on the docks or head back up to the tavern, Selena,
Yep.
what you doing?
I legitimately don't remember where I left, what I was doing when we left.
You headed back to
So
the
my
tavern to
stuff.
dump Hope's stuff in her room.
That's right.
You have my stuff.
That's right.
I seem to recall you at least went through the door.
Yes.
Yeah, you're in the tavern.
Oh, I'm drunk.
All right.
That was fast. Congrats.
So, a couple things that you notice while you're there getting hammered. You do notice that Silver Dragonborn, that Platinum Dragonborn, that took all the bodies and dumped them into a grip in reality.
Right.
He's sort of sitting in a table in like sort of the back corner next to this sort of blonde, human-looking woman wearing full plate mail. And they're just sort of sitting back there drinking and chatting. And all of your friends seem to have not re-arrived yet. You are the only member of your party in the room currently.
Oh, she didn't see me carry Gwenferon out?
No.
Okay.
Well, fine. Fuck all them too. I get more drinking for me.
All right.
I don't need anyone.
Do you say that out loud?
More murmurs.
just sort of murmuring. The bartender looks over at you, looks down at the drinks he's serving, looks back up. Like, sort of, did I give the wrong thing?
Keep it coming.
Pour some more, passes it down, so long as you're paying. All right, Selena's drinking.
Yes.
Hope, who has stepped away from her camera and
Yeah,
can't
she's
hear
got
me.
the
Yep. She'll be back in a second.
God damn it. Okay, back to everyone else then for a bit. Gwynferon, Gashkar, Lulu, and Corbin, are you guys heading back to the tavern?
Yes, I believe
Yep.
that is
All right.
that is going to be our goal.
So you head back to the tavern. Takes you a few minutes. Hey, Mara's back. Hope,
Yes.
you wandered off.
Yes, I did.
Where you at?
Ah!
That's not a location.
Yeah, no, that's my mental state. So I just wanted to.
No, that's a castle.
Yes. Thank you. I was going out to the edge of town, like the grassland area.
Sure.
I have a tent. I'm setting that up.
Okay.
Just rage setting it up.
You have set up a tent.
Yep. And I'm upset. And I'm trying to because I know now that they're ghosts, so I know what they are. I'm trying to get I'm gonna cast augury if I can.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That. And the specific course of action that I am asking about is let's see. If we just go back. If I just send them all back to the tower to finish that and just go on. If they just go back.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yep.
There is no result.
No result?
No result.
What does that mean?
It's not a no.
Nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad.
Okay. It's just the middle one?
Oh, no. Nothing can mean a lot of things, unfortunately.
Not okay, so nothing at all.
There is not weal nor woe, do you find?
Okay. Do they show up?
Your ancestor spirits?
Yes.
Are you trying to, like, draw them out?
I am. Yes.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Which I don't have +1 on because I gave it 7.
So you sort of like sit there and focus and try to like pull out your ancestor spirits from wherever they're at. And you're like, I do this kind of instinctively normally, but now I'm trying to focus on it and focusing and focusing. And you open your eyes and nothing happens. In the back of your mind, you go, maybe you should smoke the pipe.
I can try. It's the one use. I
Oh,
try.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gwynferon already took it, didn't he? Yeah. You shouldn't have given it to Gwynferon.
I didn't do anything to him either. I don't know what's going on. This is all okay.
What are you trying to do again?
I'm trying to keep this group together long enough so they don't implode if I don't come back.
So why would you ask? Why would you ask if you should send them away from you? Then that doesn't seem like keeping people together.
Because I think it might be better. Selena is just. I don't think Selena's gonna. That was not okay.
Maybe you should ask Gwen for a run. He seems to know shit. I don't know. He's the only person in this whole party that's ever read a book, so...
I've read a book! I just read a book!
It's patently untrue.
I'm in your head. You were reading the pictures.
Fine. They were nice pictures.
They were nice pictures. I love the fact that the ASMR race gave me an entity that lives in their head that doesn't have to be helpful.
Not at all.
Doesn't even have
Not
to be
at
nice.
God, so annoying.
It basically just gives the DM a voice to just speak to one of the player characters.
Just fuck with him.
Nope. Not going to. I'm going to sleep out here.
Okay. I mean, I literally have no control over that, so...
Yep. Yeah, you don't.
Nope.
Ha.
Not at all.
Yeah.
You know what would really get me? If you slept like outside in the rain. That would really that would be a real good way to.
I mean, worst thing that comes to worst, you get pneumonia and then die and then come back.
Joy. I want to go further. Well, it couldn't end. Why the fuck not? All right, I'm gonna do that.
So you go lay out. And pretty soon it starts to rain. And as you're laying there getting rained on, the voice in your head goes, "Ha, idiot."
Thanks. Bother you too.
Get rained on.
It doesn't actually bother me. I'm not there. I'm in your head.
No, I know that, but you're so annoying. This whole... Okay, so, all right, I'm gonna just lay down. All right.
So...
I've never... Why don't you ever give me any answers about anything? Just...
Because
You're supposed to...
I'm like an attachment in your head. If you don't have the answers, I can't give them to you.
Yeah, but you're a thing in my head that talks to a goddess that is supposed to give me advice.
Yeah.
And all I get is vague, like, you have to do this because it's fated, and I don't know why.
Yeah, gods aren't ever really clear about their plans.
Why not?
I don't know. It has something to do with like the world can't survive the weight of their touch or some bullshit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but one of them hit the world with a hammer, and now there's a whole extra part of the planet.
Yeah, imagine if he hit it again.
Yep, there's gonna be more. That's how this works, apparently.
I don't know.
Or do they start eventually destroying it again? I don't know, because I don't know what is going on, and I'd like some secrets of the stupid universe.
If only there was somebody here who was highly trained in religious knowledge.
What we're saying is...
I don't know.
This dude is getting a really, really shitty review on Divine Yelp.
Yeah, but the next...
Do you think it's like Lyft, where after you finish having an ASMR Deva, you review your ASMR Deva and your ASMR Deva reviews you?
I don't know, but Divine Yelp is the name of my Kiss cover band.
You will not be matched with if any Deva you rate 8, 2 or lower stars in a future life.
Avoid as teammate? Is that what you're saying?
That too.
I mean, I feel like Kiss is more infernal Yelp.
That's fair.
Led Zeppelin is
So-
divine.
As you lay there screaming out to the rain above you, as you're getting rained on, because you listened to the Deva that told you to go outside. There's a distant thunder, distant clap of thunder. Lightning striking off in the distance. And the grass around you sort of shifts in a way that isn't normal. Like, it's not shifting from wind or the rain. It's shifting as if something is moving through it. Parting and then closing back again.
I'm gonna sit up.
You're gonna get ambushed by a giant crocodile.
I don't know.
And you look around, you don't see anything. Maybe another wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Through the wind and the chill.
18! Finally, good rolls.
So you sort of look and focus in on that grass as it parts. And as it does, the empty space between it suddenly becomes less empty as this soft blue glow radiates out that you can, as if something clicked in your brain and you can see it. And those ancestral spirits that come whenever you're attacking things are standing there, sort of surrounding you in this sort of protective barrier. But they're not the only ones. There are other spirits, dozens of spirits, that seem to just be inhabiting this field surrounding you.
Who are you? I'm gonna try and reach out and touch one of them.
You sort of reach out and your hand passes through.
Mm-hmm.
But as it does, as your hand passes through, you get this flash of images of warriors on battlefields, long since missing, fighting endless hordes of orcs or goblins or other monstrosities. Ancient war drums drumming in your head. And as your hand passes through, for that brief moment of connection, it goes away.
I'm gonna stand up and start walking through them though, because I don't know who I don't know who you are. And I'm gonna start walking through.
As you start walking through them, they sort of coalesce on you, sort of forming a more compact circle around you. And as you touch them, your mind gets filled with visions of ancient battlefields that you've never seen, wars you've never seen, warriors you've never seen, or experienced, how their lives, their deaths, their battle, their glory, their honor, their failures. All of these images just flood through your mind and coalesce. And every once in a while, it's interspersed with this image. You see this image of a man. You think it's a man, it's hard to tell. This heavily armored figure sitting atop a black iron throne with a white skull helmet over his head and a slightly warped crown sitting atop the skull, as if it was forged from daggers that had been melted down, but not quite all the way. This imposing figure sitting and just staring. 2 dots of green flame in the skull's eyes as it watches you, and the image goes away. A few moments later, it comes back, and it goes away. A few moments later, it comes back, and it goes away. As if you and all of these lives are being watched by this figure atop a throne.
And does Hope know who that is?
Make me a history check.
$11.
You don't know who it is, but there is just this soft whisper in the back of your mind that sort of every once in a while, like a half a heartbeat after that image flickers through your mind. The God Emperor. And it comes again. The God Emperor. And it comes again. The God Emperor. Almost rhythmically through the back of your mind.
Ooh, and he's watching these battlefields.
He's watching you and these souls.
Yeah. Through.
The image is never of a battlefield. It's as if you are kneeling before this figure.
And the souls too, and everyone else?
No. It's sort of just a first person sort of perspective of you.
Got it. Okay. These are the first answers I'm getting, so I'm walking toward that.
So you continue walking through the spirits. You start to see more than just battlefields. You see livelihoods. From the perspective of each soul, images of living in a great city. This massive city built into the side of a mountain that just scales up towards a massive black iron citadel. You see the life of a baker, the life of a farmer, the life of a fisher. People going about their daily lives, a smith hammering weapons, a cobbler making shoes. And all of this continues to be interspersed with this vision of looking up the city at this black iron citadel, and then also this vision of you kneeling before this imperial figure.
Why are you watching?
As you voice the question, that image freezes in your mind. And this imposing voice, the force of which drops you down to a knee physically, just echoes through your mind. I am always watching. And the vision goes away. And you look around and all the spirits around you are gone. And you're sitting in a field of grass amidst a thunderstorm, alone.
And I go back to the tent. Actually, I'm gonna leave it. And just walk back to the tavern, probably, because that's where everyone was.
Mm-hmm. So, back at the tavern, Gashkar, Corbin, Lulu, Gwynferon, you have all joined Selena at the bar.
Well, Gashkar's
in the
kind
bar,
of like,
in the tavern.
Yeah, Gashkar's kind of like sitting near the doorway, just watching the storm.
And yes, you do hear the distant rumble of thunder, and the sound of rain pattering on the roof and the windows as the storm begins.
Lulu is trying to get a sense if Gashkar's gonna drink.
If there's a drink put in front of her, she'll slowly drink it, but...
Okay. Well, then I'm the sober friend tonight.
Corbin's just gonna order a meal and hang out by
Jack,
the hearth.
muted.
Yeah, Jack, you're muted.
Gwyn is going to bed.
All right, Gwyn, you go to bed. Do you do anything in your room before going to sleep?
No, actually, he does not. He prepares his spells for the next day, and he'll do his portents when he wakes up.
Okay. So Gwynferon passes out. Corbin's getting food. Lulu is not drinking.
But probably eating even more food.
So after about a half an hour of this storm going on, the door opens and Hope, dripping wet, steps inside. The tavern is
She
beginning.
looks kind of stunned.
The tavern is beginning to
looks
clear
over.
out as well.
Don't you normally need Corbin for that?
No. Slam the door.
Did you also jump into the lake?
No. No, I didn't.
People are
No, I don't
jumping
like
into
the
the
sea.
lake.
I don't. Isn't the sea technically?
Finger at Corbin.
Yes, it's not a lake, it's the channel.
Yeah.
I don't like the ocean. Wait, you jumped in the... Oh, why?
I don't know.
He was very high up, and he
Why
didn't
not?
break his neck because magic.
I mean, that tracks with Corbin.
Mm. All right. Okay. All right.
Are you all right?
Mm. I saw
like
weird...
You saw
Yeah.
the storm coming and decided, meh.
He's not wrong. A voice in the
I'll go
background
when I
says.
want to go.
I'll go inside when I'm good and ready.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was... Yeah, that was definitely a thing. Where's Gwen?
He went to sleep.
Yeah, he went upstairs.
Okay. What time is it?
It's like 2 a.m.
Okay, it is fairly late.
Do you need me to fetch him?
Mm, yeah, might be a good idea before he... Yeah.
Lulu will go up to the room that she knows is Gwen's.
Mm-hmm.
Is it locked?
Yes.
She'll knock first because blowing doors off inns is probably not what they want you to do.
Maybe a perception check with disadvantage when run.
Okay. $17.
You vaguely hear somebody knocking at your door.
Nice. Hello. Yes. What? Come in.
Locked.
Right. And he's lazy, so he casts knock from the bed.
Oh my
You
goodness.
hear a loud unlocking sound in the door.
Clunk. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Cool.
I mean, I'm
I go
assuming
in.
my very baseline tavern room the bed is not further than 60 feet from the door.
No. It's
Okay.
I go in.
But the knock
How
is audible from
cognizant
300
does
feet,
Gwen
so it's
look?
just a...
How what does Gwen look?
What's
How aware?
moderately aware enough to have cast a spell at least.
Yeah.
Hope needs you.
Send her in.
I told her I'd fetch you.
Fine. Gets up, looks around for some pants. Ah. All right, let's go find where things are happening.
Yep.
He's
I'll bring him
barefoot,
down.
runs downstairs. Yeah, kind of.
A barefoot, groggily, very obviously just dressed Gwenferon comes down the stairs.
Hair
after
kind of
Lulu.
sticking up on one side.
What up, G-Minor?
How are you, S-Train?
Wow.
A little low.
Another
We've
mug
got
is-
money to handle.
Another mug gets poured in.
Thank
I hope. What can I help you with?
Something moralizing, I'm assuming. Sorry, that was supposed to be my inside voice.
need it, Selena, because you need it.
Make me a Constitution saving throw, Selena.
Okay. 24.
Still going strong.
Oh boy. Sheesh.
You roll really well, especially when drunkenness is involved.
I mean, to be fair, that's my second best save.
Yeah.
But yes, I do. I do roll really well with being drunk somehow.
So,
I don't.
you have Gwynferon there. The tavern has emptied out remarkably. The only people that are there's only a few people still here. Both those of you that have been here to see them, both the Platinum Dragonborn and the blonde paladin lady went upstairs at some point.
So Lulu wouldn't have seen them.
You would have seen them. You would have seen them go upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if she noticed them at any point, she probably would have been Gashkar or Gwen if he was still downstairs at that point. It's brain. Oh, it's that one, the Dragonborn.
Probably Gashkar, because Gwen, I feel, probably went straight to sleep.
Went straight to bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I dragged you out.
What's up, Hope?
There was a vision that I saw, and I don't know what it means. So here goes.
I wouldn't go that far, but I did look good.
No, Selena, no.
Yeah.
Not a chance in hell.
So, Vision. Yes. Tell me. Yes, I'll try.
There were I saw a bunch of souls around me. And I started kind of walking through them because I was seeing memories through them, and that was never met any of my family, so that was I wanted to know. And there was a figure on a throne who I think might be the God Emperor. Was watching.
At that, Gwyn looks around the room to see if any of the other patrons of the inn have overheard this comment and how they're reacting.
How loudly do you say the God Emperor, Hope?
I say it fairly quietly. Hope is suspicious,
Okay.
so I'd be very cautious.
Make me a stealth check.
Okay.
How dozy does Gwynferon seem right now?
31.
Pretty damn.
So
I mean, he's following, but
it doesn't seem like anybody else heard.
Okay.
all right.
If he starts to nod off mid conversation, Gasker's just gonna like very lightly just tap a finger and jolt him a little bit.
We have kind of put Gwen through the ringer tonight. In terms
All right, so you
not painfully, just like a joy buster kind of thing.
Saw a bunch of ghost spirits that may or may not be related to you, and you saw an image of an authority figure of some standing. And then what happened? Did you just see pictures? Did anyone speak to you?
I asked him why he was watching, and he says he always watches. And there was a
call you
Wazowski.
Wazowski.
No, I don't know that reference.
Let's hear it for God's creepy as fuck stalkers.
Lulu will definitely drink to that one.
How do you know he was watching in the first place? What prompted you to ask the why?
Because it was there in all of the visions, the memories, the whatever. He was staring at me the entire time, so.
All right. Details, please. Staring at you how? Staring at you angrily?
Insight check? I probably should have done this at the moment, but insight check, like, reflexively?
Sure.
Feck. All right.
Staring at you through a helmet.
With disadvantage because you're trying to remember how he was staring at you in a vision that you had 30 minutes ago.
Yep. Yeah. I was busy panicking. 18.
Empirically is really the only way you could describe it. Like it was just a pair of, all you could see was a pair of green glowing dots in the middle of a skull mask. So
yeah, I'll describe that then.
Scary. That's how he was staring at you.
Green.
Now that I've got a physical description, green glowing eyes, skull mask. Is there anything Gwyn has ever read or run across that matches that motif?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's something that Boldrin saw that matches that motif, but he's not here right now.
God damn, Boldrin.
Does Lulu have any... Because one of the things about being a blood hunter is you have a supernatural level of knowledge about varieties of creatures, and I can pin undead to this country very easily. Is there anything I could roll to recognize?
Give me a wisdom save. Actually, give me a religion roll. Yeah, give me a religion roll.
Do I get advantage for blood hunter?
Sure.
Cool.
With a 15, I mean, there's all manner of... if Hope gives the full description of what Hope saw, it was basically a suit of a person sitting on a throne, a black iron throne encased in this sort of similarly materialed plate mail, this sort of articulated plate mail, with a skull mask, like helmet that covered their whole head with a crown on top of it and two glowing eyes. Sure, skull reads as undead, but it was distinctly a helmet, not their skull. So, just from that description, it doesn't necessarily read as undead to you.
Then Lulu will just sort of propping Gwynfron up as much as she can.
That's a hell of an aesthetic for a death knight.
We should leave soon.
So, spirits, large green eye, skull face thing, always watching. Where were you in relation to these visions? What was your positioning in the tableau?
Well, when I walked through them, I was seeing it through their eyes, and then I was in front of the throne, and I kind of had to kneel. Just.
All right.
Yeah.
John, is Gwyn getting any vibe off of this? Like this is a foretelling, this is a precognition, or...
Give me a religion roll.
Okay.
Not with advantage. I think you still have a portent from the previous day.
I do still have a portent. I still have some portents.
If you want to make that not a natural one.
Yes, he's going to make that. He's going to have rolled an 8, making it a 19.
Okay. So visions come in a variety of things. They can be passed on from... it sounds like it started off as like sort of a reliving of memories. And just from the way that Hope was describing it, it seems like the reliving of memories was interspersed with a communication of some kind. It doesn't necessarily seem like it's prophetic, although it may be. It seems more like, from what you gather, and granted you're tired, you might get more once you've had a night's rest, but from what you gather, it seems like whatever this entity is was communicating to Hope via medium of these ghosts. And so was sort of interspersing itself into their memories.
Okay. Well, Hope, I am kind of at the last several sparks of my brain this evening, but what I can surmise, you definitely caught this entity's attention specifically. This is definitely feels like a directed sort of communication with the resonance that you have with spirits, sort of what's the word? Recruited as a medium, as a vector for this message. And well, yes, so the individual in charge around here apparently has taken some level of interest in you, seemingly benign for at least the near future, depending on what they want or what their objectives are. Of course, that remains to be seen.
Do you know anything? Because it's a God King, and Nautilus kind of was a revenant of his, I guess.
The God King is not been identified by anyone of my acquaintance as a specific entity of particular designation. Rumors that they were a deity who managed to somehow survive the previous cycle of Eidos from the last world. Possibly could be a powerful undead or lich of some sort, which would be marginally terrifying at the best of times. Or even the stand-in figurehead for an even more powerful entity that is not physically present on the material plane at the time. If you ask 12 scholars what the God King is, you'll get 13 opinions.
Yes, Selena or Jeremy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we hear something about this place has sort of a weird... There was something about this place in its faiths. I seem to
has
recall.
a weird relationship with death and has its own pantheon of gods, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
And there are clerics that purport to be of the God King.
The God Emperor, yes.
Yeah, the God Emperor has his own battery of clerics. And again, none of these have been substantiated, so your guess is as good as theirs, probably. Maybe not quite as good, but pretty close.
Okay.
Selena gets up and starts wandering towards the door.
Oh no! I'm gonna grab you. You are.
Where
are you going? Where are you going?
Out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some answers.
From who? Because it's like 2 a.m.
Uh-huh. It's a perfect time to get answers. There aren't a lot of people around to hear you asking the questions that you don't want to hear.
Question.
And
with Gwyn's foresight, is he getting a vibe that Selena's going to go out, grab the God King, hold him down, put a switchblade, and say, "You need to convince me"?
Right now, Gwyn, you foresaw yourself being asleep at this point, so you don't have anything right now. You are
Lulu,
tapped.
disruptor of fate.
Yes.
You are tapped currently.
I'm gonna go get some answers. You need answers. I'm gonna get you some answers.
No, you are.
Because I'm gonna keep doing the thing that needs to be done, no matter who hates it. So I'm a go.
And inside of her head, exactly how much magic do you have left at this point?
What? Sorry, that always drives me nuts. Say that again.
Again, it's in your head.
This is being verbalized.
Okay. What?
Exactly how much magic do you have left? Do you think it's really enough for what you want?
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
no. Who's talking in your mind? Am I like picking up that it is Lulu?
One.
All you have in your head is, wasn't me.
Yeah.
Huh?
And then Selena points Lulu out.
It's a short stuff.
Gwyn sort
Right?
of struggles to his feet.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Night, Gwen.
Taps Gashkar on the shoulder. Oh, watch out for Andraste. She's gonna steal all our shit. And goes back to his room.
Do I know that name?
Nope.
Okay. If she tries, I'll sink her.
Gwyn's gone. Like you're seeing the tail of his robes just flicking up around the corner.
Good night.
I'm going with you, Selena.
How about all of us go to find answers in the morning when everyone has slept?
Nope.
And is not
And
drunk?
No,
She's
Selena
still
wants to do this now.
She's still walking.
All right.
Yeah, I am keeping up.
So anybody following after?
Yeah.
I'm stealthing after them.
Well,
Gashkar's not
hiding.
being stealthy.
Yeah, neither is Corbin.
All right. So everyone's walking out except for Gwynferon, and Lulu is stealthing after. Lulu, give me a stealth check.
Hold on.
Yeah, Lulu
Hold
will
on.
remain a ways back. But
Uh-oh.
Selena is ridiculously drunk and therefore has no semblance of perhaps I shouldn't do this.
Oh,
So
no.
that the alleyway where we had our little confrontation,
Oh, no.
how would you describe that on the teleportation scale?
Seen it once.
Not at least seen casually.
Seen it once. You were immediately confronted by Hope, who was punching you in the face. You weren't focused on the alleyway.
Is there somewhere in here in this city
That you've seen
that
casually?
would at least qualify for
Yeah.
seen casually besides the bar?
There are several places. Just that alley's not one of them because you immediately started getting punched in the face afterwards.
So I find a place
Okay.
that she feels moderately familiar with
Okay.
in her current state, and she is teleporting herself and Hope there.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeremy, you may need to roll a new character.
Yeah.
Give me a D100 roll.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Also a wild magic search check.
Also a wild magic search check.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Please turn into a potted plant. Oh, okay.
Would you say that Selena's within 5 feet of me?
No. You were sort of sitting back in a different table.
All right.
85.
85. All right. So yeah, you and Hope vanish in a blue flash of light as Gashkar, Corbin, and Lulu are sort of walking behind.
Can I immediately try to hit her?
Sure.
Okay. I am mad at Selena still. All right. How hurt do you look?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
in drinking?
I have 58 hit points.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna.
You don't have your weapons, by the way.
I don't have my weapons. I'm just gonna punch her. Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, so it's your strength plus proficiency to hit.
All right. So this is plus 6.
Yep.
14.
14 is enough to hit.
Okay.
You deal 1 plus
second-
your strength.
All right. So 4.
Wait, is that plus 6? Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's-
4?
Yep. And then 4 again because I punched you a second time. And if you're like walking away from me while this is all happening, I spin you around. Yeah. Because that was. Don't do that again. I told you not to do that. And then you cast something on me and my weapons, and then you cast something and I couldn't move, and you do that all the
Make
time.
another wisdom saving throw, Hope.
As this begins, given that
You're
Lulu
frozen
rolled
again.
very well on her stealth check, she's just gonna go find him.
All right, give me a survival check.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Right now, your yelling is giving me a headache when it's combined with the fact that you punched me twice in the nose.
So, Lulu, it's not hard to find because they're yelling at each other. Or Hope was in the middle of yelling before it suddenly stopped. You find yourself on a rooftop overlooking an alley that they're standing in.
I'll stay here. This is a familiar situation.
How long does the hold person last?
You get to make a save every turn. And
Hang on,
Okay.
Selena's.
She takes a moment. Ah! Ow! Okay. And she lets it go.
You're no longer paralyzed.
You were
Remember
yelling.
Remember what I said about don't do that so that I want to leave you? Because right now, I don't want you there.
I don't remember you saying never transport me from one place to another.
Nope, the transportation. This is for earlier because I didn't get to finish because you did that. And
God, no, we are not having this discussion right now.
Yes, we need to. We need to.
Okay. Come
you gonna
on.
Listen? Okay.
It's okay. You can hate me. I will continue doing what I need to do and be the bad person. It's fine.
You do realize that I don't hate you. This is why I'm punching you, because I like you. And I want you to be there at the end of this. But if you do things like that, then I can't let you. I can't let you keep doing that. I don't want you to become that person.
I mean, you know what? That doesn't. You know what?
What?
What does it even matter? Because once we get to where we're going, you're gonna be gone just like everybody else.
No, and you won't be.
Thank you for bringing it to the logical end of what I was trying to say.
Yeah, you won't be. You'll be able to keep going on. Do you know how amazing that is?
Right. All right. I'm gonna go get answers for you now.
No, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
You guys get to keep going on. You get to go back to the tower and keep building this.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes, it is. Don't you realize what we're doing? Didn't you see anything? We built this country, this city, this little tiny town that only has one stupid tavern and terrible drinks. Because I can smell it on you from here, and it smells pretty terrible.
It's a pretty bad drink, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, This wouldn't exist.
Or would it? Maybe it just comes from somewhere else. And it's been there the whole time. Can you tell me that's not the case?
No, but I reached through a pillar and said I think my hand should go through this, so it did. So maybe we're shaping what this is. Maybe, you know how the tower, I have a wild theory. Maybe, you know how the tower shapes itself to our will or our subconscious? Maybe our subconsciousness, that wasn't a word.
Okay, I think it fits our character's drunkenness levels.
Yes. Are shaping this.
Well,
I mean,
that's
some of
just
it is
doubly
stuff
reason
that
why
has
I
been
should
there
have
already.
anything to do with it.
What?
That's just double the reasons why I shouldn't have anything to do with it.
Why?
I feel like that should be clear.
Doesn't have to be.
Right. So, what do you want from me then? Because I'm not getting the point. Either we sit here until you're done yelling.
I'm done.
Okay. So, did you just need to yell, or was there something more to it? I don't understand what if there's something that you need. I don't understand what that is.
Okay, I'll put it like this. If you keep doing things like that, then I don't want you there at the end. I don't want you there when I find the scales. I want you far away.
Okay, I'm going to say two things about this. One, actually, no, I'm going to ask you a question first.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've never really gone over this. What was your life like growing up?
I grew up in a temple. A tiny little crappy little temple on the banks of the river in Core.
Okay. I grew up like people like that.
Mm-hmm.
At the age that they're at, I know what they've already done.
Maybe not, because I fell into that too, and I grew up fine, apparently. It was probably I should have probably turned out better, but I didn't.
I feel like playing the odds more pretty strongly puts it in my suspicion's favor here.
Maybe not, though.
How many people, do you think you're the first person that they tried to do that to?
No, I don't. I was scaring them off.
So how many people do you think were seriously hurt or killed by them before you?
I have no idea, but I was concerned about who they might do it to again after.
So was I.
Yeah. And I scared them off so they would think twice. So they would think, hey, maybe I should explore other options.
No, they just would have picked smarter.
Maybe not. You don't know. I don't know. None of us know.
I can tell based off probable experience.
Yeah, but people are weird and chaotic.
You're not wrong. All right. That point being made, I promise I will pull back on that kind of shit.
Insight check, please.
Roll an insight check.
Can I
Alright.
get an insight check from the roof out of curiosity?
Sure. Selena, you can make either a deception or persuasion roll.
I choose to make neither.
You choose to fail?
26.
All right, then you can choose to fail.
She is completely honest there.
Okay.
It is a sincere offer.
Okay. All right. What are you going to ask? Who are you going to ask? I sort of like step back.
There are priests to the God King. We asked the
Okay.
priests about the God King.
Okay.
I think
Sounds-
that's kind of their job, is to tell us about the God King.
All right. I'm gonna try and listen in, but and I pull my like hood up. I don't want to get seen.
All right. I just want to make one thing clear, though. I am not conceding that your stance on this situation is accurate. I am simply agreeing because you asked.
I will melt back into the shadows.
Give me a stealth roll.
All right. 22.
You melt back into the shadows. Selena,
Yes,
where are you going?
I am looking for the Temple of the God King.
Give me an investigation roll.
All right.
I'm following.
I'm also following.
I know.
8.
Oh God.
I
So
have
you
an
follow-
intelligence of 20, so I'm sleeping.
You follow Selena for about a half an hour before you realize you don't know what the God Emperor's temples look like,
You are
what
not
his
incorrect.
symbology is, or if they're even open right now, as you find yourself circling back around to the row in front of the tavern for the third time. Corbin and Gashkar now seeing you, as I assume they're probably standing around the doors.
No, Corbin after the magic, Corbin waited like 20 minutes and then he just went back to the room. He's
Okay.
up for a bit, but he's in his room.
Corbin went to his room. Gashkar, were you waiting, or what were you doing?
Gashkar was actually just going to take the time that they were gone, basically, to sit out in the storm, just kind of sit down among the rain and the lightning, and just like offer quiet prayer to Valkyr for the safety of this journey, the safety of her companions, and the safety of Ice Pelt as he tries to catch up with us.
Yeah, so you see Selena soaking wet from the storm, wandering around, and the rain has started to come down so heavily now that it's imposing vision difficulties on everybody. Like, it's hard to see where you're going at this point. You see Selena sort of like stumbling out in front of you, looking lost.
Is there anybody else on this street?
No, everyone's inside because there's a storm.
And it's probably like 3 a.m. at this point.
Yeah.
Lightning actually, like, regularly, for some reason, strikes just around Gashkar, but doesn't actually hit any buildings or anybody. It's just, like, around her.
Stumble into the tavern. Walk up to the barkeeper. Or
Who's like
the
putting
bartender.
away things.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Where's the God King temple?
Temple of the God Emperor?
Yeah, that thing.
We don't have one. We have a shrine.
Where's that?
He points over to the left, and you see this sort of like carved statue of a symbol, like sort of sitting in the corner of the tavern. That is, you hadn't noticed it before, mainly because it looked just like decoration, and it didn't look like anything like that would have been important to you at the time. Yeah, it's just a sort of what you assume to be the symbol of the nation of Taram, a sort of like an iron ring, that has like sort of spikes coming off of it, nothing in the middle, sort of like emblazoned into a wall with a small shrine underneath it.
I hate other countries. All right, let me rephrase my question. If I wanted to find a priest of the God Emperor, Emperor God, I'm sorry.
God Emperor, yeah.
God Emperor, where would I go?
It sort of looks off to the left, thinking for a minute. Probably up into the hills. There's a town about 2 days ride north east of here. Heading more towards the Landbridge Desolation. Town's called town's called Dawn's Rise. They've got a bigger temple to the God Emperor there.
Of course.
You should probably go to sleep. You look tired.
I'm good.
Right. Well, the bar is closing down, so no more drinks. As he finishes putting things away.
Upstairs drinks then. And I wander upstairs.
Yeah. After a while of being a lightning rod outside, Gashkar will also go to sleep.
Oh, Hope was gonna sit next to you actually.
Oh, look, sure. Actually, go ahead.
Appear. Yep.
And so, like, as you sit down next to her, she's got like her halberd sort of under the crook of her left arm, and a bolt of lightning strikes it and just kind of arcs down it into her and doesn't seem to bother her.
Cool.
Can I help you?
No, probably not.
I mean, I can try. What are you looking for?
God stuff. I don't know. It's weird.
The only god I have any familiarity with is Valkyr.
He seemed okay. Chill.
It's a nice relationship, yes.
Are you good at fishing then?
Yes, actually, it's an excellent pastime that Ice Pelt and I would share. He would.
Oh, that's true.
I would dive under the water to drive schools of fish to the top, and he would just swoop down and grab any larger specimens in his claws.
Nice. Yeah, that's your wyvern, right? You miss him?
He's my brother.
Ah.
I have literally known him as long as I can remember.
I have a voice in my head that is annoying.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no, I had a friend, and then I had another friend, and I'm not good at friends, apparently, so...
Well, generally speaking, I found that a good way to start is to understand that not everyone's going to agree with you, and try and see things from their point of view.
So what's your point of view then? Why'd you go with Gwyn Ferron when he showed up, and what, like?
What do you know about the Dragon Rider tribes?
Nothing. Really go with nothing.
Well,
for starters, they ride dragons.
Dragon Rider is a bit of a misnomer. We ride wyverns that are born from that are related to the great dragons that lead our clans.
They're related to dragons, but not dragons.
So it's a publicity thing. Okay.
And we are of a belief that a person's destiny is written in large part from the moment they are born. The moments of their greatest triumph and the moment of their death is predetermined. So there is no need for fear of death because it has been written and it will come whether you try and escape it or not. My destiny, they said when I was born, was particularly impressive. I was, as far as everyone said, I was destined to be a great hero. I was destined to do legendary things. When I was born, lightning struck all through the clan and struck me specifically, and I was unharmed. And it was said to be a sign from Valkyr that I was a child of destiny, a child of gods, someone with the spark of fate. And so I've been following that fate most of my life. The only person who has been with me throughout the entire journey is Icepelt. I raised him from when he hatched, when I was 4, 5, and he's the only really constant companion. I've traveled with different tribes. I've served under different dragons. Most recently, the White. But
what are they doing? What do they want? Because I've seen a bunch of dragons around recently.
That depends on the dragon. The White that you saw with me is a huntress of the highest caliber, and she leads great raids on ships that bear powerful cargo and armaments to test her strength and that of her riders.
All right. I get that. I don't believe any of that.
It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not.
No.
Destiny really doesn't care about belief.
Yeah, but I had another friend who said that we make our own destiny. So that's what I'm trying to do here.
My destiny is made in how I fulfill it. I can try and run from the moment of my death, and it will eventually catch me, and I will have lived that entire time a coward. Or I can forge my path, I can walk bravely towards it, and I can do the best that I can until the moment of my death comes, and I can make my destiny one of glory and of victory. And I choose to walk knowing that one day I will die, and knowing that I will do the best that I can until that day comes.
Yeah, but you know what your destiny is, so...
I don't. All I know is that it is written.
Your destiny is greatness.
So they say, but how do I know? All I know is that it's there, and I am going to make the best of it. What need have I to fear death? I'm going to die eventually. It's written. I will eventually die. Or maybe I won't. Maybe my destiny is to live forever. But why should I fear death if it's inevitable?
I don't... Hope's just gonna sit there in silence. Stare out.
So, eventually, the two of you go inside and go to sleep. Eventually, everyone goes to bed. And you wake up after a long rest in the morning.
Yep.
Gwynferon
had precognitive dreams that he's now going to roll for.
You did.
A 3? Yes.
Boy.
Someone got fucked
A
up.
4?
Someone got fucked up.
And a 17.
Someone
I love
did
this
good.
spread.
So, is there anything anyone is doing before you get together in the morning?
I just want to say I love the exhaustion in the GM's voice when he goes, and you finally get to sleep.
I
Wayne's
know that tone well.
I think we all know that tone well.
Okay, so Gwyn is casting Legend Lore on the ring. All right. So, you cast the spell, and for a second, nothing happens. You're used to legend lore sort of giving you mental information as if you're reading a book. But something strange happens this time. You find yourself looking up at the goddess Eidos, drawing herself out of a well, surrounded by people that at once seem familiar and strangers. You see a half-orc that looks similar to Gashkar, but not quite, leaping through the air, blade bared, to attack the goddess, whose hand rears back and just snatches her out of the air. You see your friends and allies frantically moving to try to attack and fight and defend themselves. And you look down, and on that same finger where you've been wearing it is a golden ring. You clench your hand, bring it to your mouth, and you hear a voice that is not your own speak out. I wish that all of my friends will meet again, and that we'll make it through this. And you see this light erupt from the ring and streak out, tapping each one of the people that are around you. This soft white glow engulfing them momentarily, even as the half-orc gets slammed into the ground and you know she's dead. And I wish that this cycle of life and death will be broken. And again, this light from the ring erupts out and strikes Eidos, who flashes white for just a moment before the hand reaches out and grabs you and your vision goes black. Well, that was a fucking uncomfortable thing to relive, you hear someone in the room saying.
Glance around, try and figure out where that's coming from.
There's no one in the room.
He casts True Sight.
There's no one in the room.
God damn it. That's one slot I'm not getting back today.
Maybe you'll see something else cool today.
Yeah, he's got True Sight for an hour, and he can see into the ethereal plane. I'm who now?
I don't fucking know. Who are you?
I'm Gwynferon. Who are you? What's your name?
Eshkill.
This was your ring. Tapping it.
Hey, so it was. How'd you come across it?
A very pretty blonde girl gave it to me and said it was...
Iola. How's she doing?
She said her name was Ananta?
Aye, and you said your name was Gwynferon.
What year is it?
I don't fucking know.
Right. Can I start to piece this together?
Make me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. 15. I'm re-rolling that. I've got lucky. 18. Not much better, but still.
It sounds as if he's standing right next to you, but you can't see him.
Okay.
I mean, you were referred to as Eshkill, so you have an idea of who that is.
Right.
And you started hearing him after you looked through, presumably his eyes, because you recognized the voice.
Mm-hmm. So you're the one who made the wishes.
I fucking did.
Do you know a half-orc barbarian or a halfling blood hunter?
No, I know a half-orc blood hunter named Graza. As for a halfling, the only halfling I know a couple of halflings, but the one that stands out primarily is a cleric named Lavis.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm you this time around. And Lavis is somewhere in the building. Or whoever. She's Lulu this time around.
Oh, he's gonna be pissed.
Wait, who? He who?
Lavis.
Oh.
I like that Ash knows this.
I'm sure that he'll be fine.
Oh, I guess Lavis didn't necessarily know me. Lavis knew Fikir. Where's Fikir, I wonder? Whatever.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you, self. Person, other, yes. And Gwyn is going to just take about half an hour to try and converse with Eshkil and sort of do basic introductions. Here's who I am. Here's what I do. Here's what I know. What were you like? Who were you? What did you know? And sort of kind of try and at least get an idea of what's what.
Yeah, so you get a basic understanding of the last few moments of Eshkil's life right now, because that's what he remembers mostly. He has flashes of the rest of it, but mostly what he remembers is that and then snatches of other things. You learn that the god of... They were attempting to stop the goddess of destruction from destroying the world and fucked it up somehow. And sort of as a last desperate attempt to save his friends, he used the last two wishes out of the ring. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't know what happened after that. He died.
Okay. Well, good to know.
What's everyone else doing?
Corbin's preparing his one spell, Shield of Faith. His morning prayer.
I'm gonna do, because it's reset, I'm going to do augury to find out what would happen if we go to Taram, the capital.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm going to do augury to determine what would happen if we went to Taram, the capital, and delayed there a bit to try and find some more information about what I saw, and waited for Graza's wyvern.
You get both weal and woe.
That's helpful.
Any specific percentages?
It doesn't give you percentage weal or woe. It just says weal and woe.
Okay.
Hope is quickly reaching the point every character with augury reaches, where they go, okay, not using that spell anymore.
Yeah, it's the only one I have, though.
Yeah.
Besides clairvoyance, which isn't that useful. Until I get close to things.
I mean, augury can only tell you if there will be good things or bad things. There will be both good things and bad things.
Okay.
Because I know this party.
You are not wrong.
I feel like that's the augury for most everything that the party does, though.
Yeah. I mean... All right.
It's a tough spell.
Selena is doing... You know that thing that they do after you've been really drunk that is referred to by an animal's...
hair of the dog?
Yes, I was trying to be coy and funny about it, but again, you ruined every joke in the world.
Only the bad ones. What's Lulu doing?
Lulu is just sort of rearranging the room because she probably arranged it to her liking over the night and just putting it back now.
All right. What's Corbin doing?
After he gets his spell prepared, then goes down and just waits for everybody, orders a breakfast for him or for everybody, and waits for everybody to come down.
Gashkar?
Gashkar is probably going to come down and eat a very large meal.
So, most of you are down there before Gwynfron gets down. Gwynfron comes walking down, and as he looks over and starts looking over at you, Gwynfron, you hear, and all of you hear, "Oh, is that one Lavis? Hello there."
Wait,
You
what?
all hear that voice coming out of Gwynfron's mouth.
Yep.
Gwen, sort of within your brain, there's sort of a reflexive question mark that isn't the usual divination reflexive question marks.
Which one of you is putting a question mark in my head?
Selena turns around and walks back upstairs.
There's a
No,
psychic hand
Selena-
raise inside of their head, which is probably unhelpful. Because Lulu is eating food right now, and that can wait.
Right. And can't be interrupted to talk with with mouths.
Corbin starts doing that slow chew, like, what the when did you get an accent? You didn't drink that much.
No.
You can talk.
What?
I didn't.
Yeah, you can talk at any time, Gwynfron.
I didn't drink that much, no. I would like all of you to meet my glances around, takes a seat at the table, kind of bends in and lowers his voice a little bit. I would like all of you to meet my previous precarnation? Anyway,
Something
the
like
person
that.
I was before... The person I was before I died, his name is Eshkil, and he's the initial bearer of this ring, and he was a fairly powerful arcanist in the previous cycle, and unfortunately got himself killed fighting Eidos. But
What?
he's riding crossbow currently.
How the fuck
Can
y'all
he
doing?
hear your thoughts? Can you hear his thoughts?
Oh, that he can. Yeah. Wow, that's catching.
Hmm.
Selena
I think that's a result.
upstairs.
I think that's a result of us trying to talk at the
I
same
tried
time.
to grab you to stop you from. I don't know if I.
You can roll to grab. She's trying to. She is just like
Selena keeps avoiding things.
She left. She left before you could react. So
Okay, no problem.
like
Hope
she left.
says Selena keeps avoiding.
Gwynferon's mouth opened and a different voice came out, and Selena left, and you were sitting there stunned. So
Like,
Okay.
nuh-uh,
fair.
nope, not today. Absolutely
we should probably not try to talk at the same time, Gwynferon.
Mental nod.
Which translates into a physical nod.
Wow. That. Okay. Is that? Did the smoking help? I'm just really curious.
What did you make him smoke?
The pipe.
Not the first time this is.
No, I cast a spell on the ring to try and learn a bit more about it, and
Oh.
apparently that was enough of to sort of metaphysically revive my other soul.
Yeah, it's a really fucking
Okay.
weird feeling for me too.
So I need to just make sure he's not possessed now, because the blood hunter's job. Like, because if it's just his soul being multiple souls, fine. But if he got possessed because he looked into a cursed ring and it lied to him, that's different.
So, Gwynferon, you feel your blood wiggling inside of you, which is uncomfortable to say the least.
The fuck?
Fucking hell! But nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
I
can't actually wiggle people's blood. I was just trying for an insight roll, but okay.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were using Blood Curse of Purgation on him.
No, no, that was just me clicking on it because I wanted to check. Unrelatedly, I was trying to check if I had anything for very unrelated reasons.
You can make an insight roll.
No, I was checking something about if any of my blood curses were grappling related.
That would be an interesting conversation if Graza woke up in Gashkar's head, because they have very different views on a lot of things.
Lavis and Lulu would murder each other. Or Lulu would murder Lavis. Because Lavis sucked. Okay. Insight.
Yeah, make an insight roll.
I'm really great at staying on topic this week, as people who watch our shows may have noticed.
As far as you can tell, this is not a magical effect, or at least not one you're familiar with. Then again, you're not familiar with a lot of magical effects. So.
Does he smell weird or different?
No,
or
still smells like Winfron.
Well, now I'm suspicious.
Wow. So... Okay, so you've got the second soul that has sort of like woken up there, huh? Is that kind of...
I think that's probably the... Eshkil, what do you think?
That's what it seems to be like. Although if you could wake up Fikar, we'd have a party going on.
Who's that? I don't know any of these names.
Fikar's also me. Well, was me. It's a bloody long story.
Lulu sort of finally finishes eating enough to talk. Artifact.
Sorry?
You touched a cursed thing and there's voices in your head. Artifact.
It's this ring. It's not magic. It's not cursed. It's just...
I mean, I have a voice in my head too, but mine can't be heard by anyone else.
He'll pass.
Yeah, that's a special help,
if Lulu's insistent, he'll pass her the ring.
Yeah. She'll take it, and first she's just gonna like look at it from a lot of angles.
Seems like a ring. Hey,
You could lick
don't
it.
don't eat that, you wee little badger.
She does lick it because that's how you tell what it's made of.
That's what prompted the response.
Yep. And
That's how you identify soul gems too.
it doesn't have to be magical for this to work, so she's just gonna grim psychometry it, because if it's cursed or something came out of it and possessed him, she will probably be able to tell.
Yep. It's a wisdom check.
You get...
To make a roll at the fucking least.
Yeah.
21.
21, because halflings are awesome.
Oh, was that a luck roll? Yeah, it was. Yep. Okay.
You get... I'm trying to interpret grim psychometry. Hang on a second.
Oh, yeah. I warned you about this.
Yeah, I know. It's just that it's one of those things where it's like, technically, I'm not sure where the line gets drawn. Because it's not legend lore.
The line gets drawn on evil.
Grim psychometry would tell you, like, this sword was used to butcher a village, you know.
Yeah, no, you don't get anything.
Yeah.
Does not have a dark past.
Just an unfortunate one.
Yeah.
She sniffs it again and hands it back to Fikar. Fuck. Damn it, John! It's your fault.
I like how you have two options, Eshkil and Gwynferon, but you went for Fakir.
Well, yes, I didn't interact
He
with
does have the great
Eshkil for
sense.
nearly 40 episodes.
Graza refused to call him Eshkil after even I passed that point.
So what are we having for breakfast?
Well, there's pancakes.
Done.
Is I'm
Pork
just
chops.
very curious about the
Pasta
entire
syrup.
thing. Okay, so he can like eat. I get this is so.
I mean, it's
Of
still
course I can eat. I'm
Gwynferon's-
me.
Yeah, it's still Gwynferon's body.
And
get-
at that
yeah,
statement,
it's-
like Gwynferon indicates himself as the voice says, "It's me."
Oh, this is very. That's very weird.
Are you always going to be talking out of Gwynferon?
I mean, it's not like he's got anybody else's mouth to use.
No, what I mean is if the two of you disagree on what spell to use in the middle of a fight, you're going to get us killed.
Yeah.
The magic I worked is very different from the magic that Gwynferon works. I don't think he can cast any of my spells.
Can you interrupt his spells though?
He sort of reaches out.
Well-
He sort of reaches out with a hand. Eldritch Blast. Nothing happens. Because I don't think Gwynferon has Eldritch Blast.
Nope.
Okay.
This makes my 9th level spell selection very appropriate.
Yep.
Okay. So we have to decide where to go next. That's the next thing. Selena's left, so
Well, it was your
she'll
choice,
come back.
kind of, I thought, anyway,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Kind of glancing around at the table like we are still on the same page, that we're sort of letting hope take point, right?
Yeah.
So. How fast? So this is a DM question.
Mhm.
If we keep moving, how is that going to impact the wyvern catching up? Will he eventually be able to catch up, or just
Yeah,
be
no,
slower?
he'll still eventually be able to catch up. It would probably add a half a day.
Okay.
Actually, no, it would add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Which
10
is why
days.
some of the plans had us going closer to the
It would like add like a day or so. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, he's moving faster through the air than we would be traveling overland anyway,
Yeah,
right?
he would catch up to you before you got there.
Okay.
It would just
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
add an extra day to his travel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I want answers. So first we're going to go to I actually didn't hear any of what Selena heard. Never mind. I want to go to Taram,
No.
the capital. And we can investigate there, see what the cost of an airship might be, if that's affordable. See, I know you don't like it, Lulu. I can see you over there. But I want answers. So we're going to go there first, and then see what the options for air travel are. How far away from the initial plan of going like across the sea to Desolation and then keeping going would that take? I don't know where the city is.
If you wanted to go, so Taram City proper
Yes.
is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. About 13 days east of you.
Ooh, okay.
So But an airship would move a lot faster if you're able to get one from there.
Yes. So this is another Deem question. Because I didn't keep track of the math of things. Based on what I know about what air travel tends to cost, how much would it cost to get a ship to take us from Taram to at least I'd want to probably get to the edge of the forest.
So the airships, the airships in Taram can take you to Eisenfeld.
Yes. Okay.
Which cuts a considerable chunk of your journey out of the way. You don't have to go through Desolation for one.
Okay.
And just from what you know about previous costs, it'd be a couple hundred gold.
Okay, that's not bad. I have a lot.
A couple hundred a head?
It was a couple hundred total the last time you guys rode.
Mm-hmm.
So. Okay.
I have 280,000 gold, so I'm good.
Just
okay.
buy an airship with most of that.
Yeah.
You could theoretically buy an airship.
Yeah. Okay.
Have a permanent means of transportation that is faster than walking.
Yep, and not dependent on Selena. No, we're gonna go to Taram, and
she will try not to be offended at that.
And see about what an airship might cost, and then we'll go from there.
Alright, one of you fuckers are going to have to explain to me what you mean by an airship.
It's a big
boat.
Ship.
Word plus word equals concept. It's air and a ship. It's a ship that's in the air. Like a water ship would be a ship in the water. A ship is a...
I know what a ship is.
She will pick up a bowl.
I know what a ship is, yes. I mean, what do you mean? What I meant was, it's just something you can buy.
Yes.
Fucking hell, Gwynfron, you got it made here.
Apparently. Oh, there's somebody you should meet. Or at least see, probably, I think. Yeah.
Aye?
Okay. He's gonna go looking for Ananta.
Is that a good idea?
So
watch.
You sort of look around to try to find Ananta, and Ananta is actually coming down the stairs with Dagon behind her. As you turn to look, and as you do, as sort of like you lock eyes again out of Gwynfron's voice. Oh, there she is.
And to Gwen in his brain, so
to both of them.
That's so consequently to both of them. That's the dragon born with the reality pockets.
The one that does the holes in dimensions and shit. Okay, good to know. And Gwyn will try and flag her down.
She actually walks straight to you.
Okay.
With Dagon behind her. And out of your mouth goes, "Hey, Ola, is that you? And is that fucking Hasai?" Ananta just smiles.
Sounds like a yes.
It's good to hear that voice again.
Apparently the ring woke him up.
Fascinating. Looks over at Dagon. We should talk somewhere private. Dagon sort of shrugs, reaches over, grabs the air, and pulls it open.
Oh, like that.
I'll be right back. Don't leave without me.
You're not leaving without me, Gashkar says. And
wait, what on earth is going on?
So
I have to go talk to some people. I'll be back in
a blonde-haired, a ridiculously beautiful, the ASMR whose lineage you can't place, walked up to Gwynfron, said we should talk somewhere private, and then the platinum scale dragonborn behind her reached open, grabbed nothing, and ripped a hole in it.
Yeah. This is strange. Are you sure you want to go alone?
And Gashkar's already stood up and is about to go
Yeah.
with me, so.
Yeah, that's...
Ananta looks at the group of you. You're all welcome to come.
Yeah.
Open invitation then, and he steps through.
Hope and Corbin put Cody's away from his mic.
No?
Do you need
No, I'm right
to
here.
fetch? Oh. I think Cody's camera is frozen for me. I assume.
Oops, I can see him.
Okay.
Yeah, that might just be like put the call on hold for a half second.
I will put.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need to fetch if we're doing important conversation stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go get her. Wait a minute.
Gwyn just casts message to Selena. We're having an important thing down here. If you would be willing to be in attendance.
Also, hello.
Nope.
As Eshkill
Selena does
fucks
not
over
wish
the
to
party again.
Attend.
I'll go
Multiple
get her.
specifically what she says is nope. Wait, let me rephrase. Nope. Many gal.
Too many new people.
Too
many new people.
You're wizard, John. Give me the name.
Gwynfron?
No, your
Galadir.
wizard.
Oh, sorry, Galadier.
Many Galadiers I can handle. Many Galadiers with 2 voices, fuck right off.
So you all go through?
Yep.
I'm gonna go fetch Selena first. If I can. If it'll get held open.
Dagon's just sort of standing there holding it open, so.
Okay, wait 1 minute. I'm gonna go
There.
run and find Selena.
She's
Selena,
a-
knock.
What?
Selena.
What?
Can't avoid it forever. Come on.
Can't avoid what?
We're gonna have to be traveling with them. So...
I still have yet to get a compelling reason why, but sure.
Because Gwyn says that he can maybe figure out a way to
Oh, well,
find
if the
some other
crazy guy
options
who
at the end.
talks in 2 separate voices says it.
I have
true.
set 2 separate voices in my head. This has not bothered you before.
They
Actually, I
don't
think you do.
both talk to me.
No, and it's much easier now that they can both talk to us. She realized how much easier that is. Also, you wanted answers. You wanted to know what's going on, right? So you can either sit up here and not
I
know.
figured you wanted to know, so I was going to go find out for you. All right. But G minor sub basement 2 keeps his goddamn mouth shut.
All right.
All right.
I love how Mara's characters constantly make promises and pledges that they have no capacity of ensuring they'll be able to keep.
I got that cleric to not talk, offering a lot of money.
That is usually one of the more reliable ways, yes.
Uh-huh.
So for the rest of you that followed right in, while we're waiting, while Hope went up to get Selena, as soon as they were in, Ananta shifted her braid to the other shoulder, grabbed Gwynferon by either side of the face, and kissed him. Held it for a minute, then let him go.
Gashkar bristles.
It's been a while. Well, I mean, you could have given me some warning, lass. Also, you could have given him
Me
some
too.
warning. She smiles. The braid shifts back over to the other shoulder. And me. Sorry. 3 of us were surprised there.
4.
5 points at
We can
Corbin.
all count.
6.
Fantastic. Let's
Nope,
keep going.
I'm not too worried about it. It's not, as long as she didn't kiss me, that's fine.
Oh, we'll wait for the rest, I guess. She says, like she's addressing
So
someone
what is
who's
this-
standing.
What
to the
is
right.
this space? What does it feel
So,
like within it?
You have stepped
Please
into.
tell me there's like 3 dead bandits just kind of chilling in the corner.
You have stepped into a room that looks to be a cavern of some kind. It's about 30 feet by 30 feet. This 30 feet by 30 feet cavern. So not too terribly big, but not too small either. There is like sort of a lounge chair in one corner and a large crate as well that seems to be emanating cold, like frosty air. As well as a couple of different weapon racks, the skin of some sort of crocodile thing used as a rug. It seems like this is like probably Dagon's because he opened it like sort of hunter cave of some kind.
It's his man cave.
I perused the weapons rack. Just looking.
Oh, there's quite a variety of very interesting weapons here, several of them which seem magical.
Nice.
Lou will sort of curl up on the floor and just like do that half nap thing she does when she's waiting for something to happen.
And a few minutes later, Hope and Selena step in, followed by Dagon. And you see the sort of
6, 7.
the rip in reality that was there that you could see previously closes. And you're in a dark cave that doesn't seem to have an entrance or an exit. Dagon just walks over to that reclining chair, sits down in it, reaches over to that crate, opens it up, and you see inside 3 frosted over bandits just sort of like collapse together. Reaches in, pulls out a bottle of something, closes it, pops it, and starts drinking.
Wow.
That's an odd ice box.
Helps when you keep prey cold.
What are you going to do with them?
Give them back to the people who wanted them.
Who is that?
Some royal bounty guy in Tehran proper.
Okay. What's their name?
I
Royal
think we're getting a little off topic.
royal bounty guy is what I
Okay.
called him.
All right. What are we here for then?
Right, Adanta says. So, Gwynfron and Eshkil, it's good to see you. Really, I just wanted to catch up with Eshkil, but the rest of you seemed like you wanted to come along, so I wasn't going to be rude and not let you
Oh,
in.
for fuck's sake. Is there an exit still?
Nope.
No.
Can I cast hold person on myself?
Sure. You're paralyzed, which means you can still hear and see everything. You just can't do anything about it.
I am actively looking. She is actively trying to run through her for a spell that will.
Do sorcerers get blindness and deafness? Because you just walk around going,
Exactly.
mop.
No, I don't think so.
Not one that she has access to.
Yeah.
Though I am curious as to what
I reverse time stop, so time move. Time stops for me, but not for everyone else.
No. I am curious though, what you all plan to do. Gwynfront didn't seem to know what was next for you.
Apparently, we're headed to Taram to get some
Yes.
answers for Hope.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
well, if you,
Lulu
want,
does not agree with this.
if you wanted to go the short way, I can take you there. I'm originally from Taram.
We're also
What's the short way?
Magic.
We're also trying to give time for my companion to catch up to us.
Ah.
He's a wyvern.
Oh, they're so adorable. Sorry, off topic. The braid shifts back over to the other shoulder. Right, so, Eshkil, I want you to tell me what you did that ended up with me being here, because it didn't work the way you thought it was going to work.
A question I actually know the answer to right now.
You say he used the ring and then point off to your side?
No, like to where it's on my
okay.
On my finger.
Here's the ring. So with hand up. Yeah, I know, I used the ring.
What is that ring?
It was a ring of wishes. Why the voice changed? Ah. It was a ring of wishes. It had 2 of them left. I figured, why the hell not?
Okay.
What did you wish? Well, I wished that all my friends would be able to meet again on the other side of that, and that the cycle of Eidos, destroying the world and everything would be over.
Oh.
Ananta just sort of sits there for a minute. Eshkil, not knowing what the implication of that being, doesn't elaborate any further.
I'm still trying to work through the consequences of making a wish like that, which I think I've got a vague inkling as to why you did it. I'm not sure it was the smartest idea.
Well, I was trying to save my friends and stop she-devil that was bent on destroying everything from doing it again, so I'm sorry if I panicked.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just trying to analyze the repercussions of making
just
a
because
wish
I know this one. Just because you think summer's great doesn't mean we don't need winter, because if there isn't winter, the crops won't come back and the summer there won't be food, because the plants will die and then the trees will die. And then the thing meets.
I mean, cycles, yeah, natural cycles generally have a reason behind them.
So,
I mean, even forest fires have a point.
It would seem that my love's reckless actions that were made in good faith, she says, as Gwynfron for some reason starts to get a fussy face on his face.
Lulu will look like to Corbin. Do you have a hat or scarf or something extra?
No, I don't carry anything like that. Hang on one second, and I pull out a rag from my mess kit, I guess.
That works. And Lulu will go over and place it upon Gwynfron's head. Stop talking at the same time. Do the braid thing.
We probably should figure out a system like that, I guess, shouldn't we?
I'll close my left eye when you're talking.
Oh boy.
I think we can tell who's talking by the voice. That's not the problem.
Yeah, you got different accents.
Perhaps we should find out some sort of physical affectation aside from our eyes. That would work.
Something that can be a little bit easier.
Just raise your hands.
But the problem is we both seem to be the same handedness, so we'd raise the same hand.
Nope, one of you raises their hand, the other one puts the hand down.
You want the left or the right?
I don't care.
Anyways, it would seem that the actions taken at the end of the world would be the reason why we have a tower in this one that is infested with demons. You wanted to break the cycle, my love, and you did.
We made that. We made that tower, or at least we kick-started the series of avalanches that ended up in the tower happening.
Well, I will point out though, just because there's been a problem at creation, we've proven that problem can be solved, and if it is, this world doesn't have to be devoured anymore.
Yes.
But that's definitely a working theory.
What we're saying is the greatest fuck-up of all time could be the best fuck-up of all time. Therefore, not my fault.
Fault isn't necessarily a bad thing. The fact that you did it makes it your fault.
I like this guy a little bit better than you, Gwynfront, just because he fucks up.
Fair enough.
This could be Korak Ran Tarka. I don't. The common word I think is blessing in disguise.
Yes. Ananta says.
Gwyn leans over to Lulu. Do I come across like I never fuck up?
You promised to work on that, right?
Assuming that's audible to every.
I mean, it's definitely low.
Celine leans over. No. Sort of
Thank
the
you.
opposite. You're welcome.
I don't think she was complimenting us.
She never does.
Okay, so.
Oh, so is that one? I didn't recognize her, but is that one the angry halfling that turned into the angry human that turned into a halfling?
Didn't turn into a halfling.
Gnome.
Or gnome. The angry human that turned into a gnome. You probably don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind.
What?
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about, Ash.
It's all right.
I have been many things in my life. There are two things I have never been.
Only two?
Human and gnome. Illusion's a wonderful thing.
I margin the two as part of a list.
I'm so confused. Okay, but
Why are we here again?
because
So these two can talk.
Yes, and so we can figure out what the hell is going on.
Why do we care? Why are we not just going to the places that we know we need to go and do the things we need to do?
Because I need to know what the right thing to do at those places is, and this is part of that. So
we wing it. We always wing it.
No, I want to know why. So wait. Okay. So there. Okay. So at the end of the last cycle, Eidos tried to destroy the world again, and you made a wish to stop her, and that caused this. Who did you make the wish to? Because wishes have to be made to a god.
Gwynfron raises the ring of wishes and wiggles his finger.
Oh, okay, it was just a ring.
Wishes don't have to be made to
I was
gods.
gonna say, and Gwyn will very clearly do an academic correction, right?
Okay.
Of no, wishes don't have to be made to anybody.
Also, for a while, I was a god, so it's a little complicated.
Are you shitting me?
Nope,
Yeah,
not at all.
Are you shitting him?
Wait, what? Wait, what?
No,
Hold on.
He actually was a god, Aola says.
Of what? How?
Wait.
Confusion as far as I can gather.
Who was?
I was.
Does he smell at all celestial now? I know that the ASMR will, but
the wizard with the other voice thinks he was a god.
Hey, I don't think I was a god. I was a god. Also, I wasn't a wizard.
Of what? What were you a god of?
Fuck wizards. Sorry, no offense, mate.
Oh no, I agree.
Oh, this is gonna be fantastic.
No offense. Just there were a lot of wizards, and they yeah. Anyways.
What are you a god of?
He was more accurately to refer to temporary archfey would be the more accurate terminology.
Fuck beans.
Okay.
He was I will explain. In my original lifetime, I was the avatar of a god, and still am. It's a long story. And in that particular time frame of the world, I traveled with Eshkil and a number of other friends, Hasai, Lu, and Corlin, and Eshkil. We journeyed to basically the font of all life and death in the world, and used a very flawed, my love, ritual to seal away Eidos for a time. Thousands of years it worked. The ritual required several things, one of which was a key, because if you create a prison without a key, it will eventually break. With a key, you can lock it again later. Eshkil was the key. He split himself into two, Eshkil and Fakir. Eshkil ascended to godhood of a sort. Fakir returned to the world, immortal with no memory of who he was. Over the course of another lifetime, he gathered more allies and eventually regained himself, and found us as the sort of the walls and top and bottom of the box, we should say, keeping Eidos at bay. Broke the seal and attempted to reseal it, at which point Eidos broke free before they could reseal her. Which then
and
led
that's
to
when the wishing happened.
Aye, which is also why I'm confused as to why Fakir is not here, because technically he is another soul.
Fakir? Hello?
No, he's not here.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
Which I guess would then have led to the current situation as the world stands now, with a Tower of the Gods that seems to not be working properly in a world that doesn't seem to have fully rejuvenated itself.
Who were you an avatar of? You said you were an avatar of a god?
I was, and this is where it gets slightly more complicated, still am, the avatar of a god named Ao, who basically was the forefather of the gods of that era.
What happened to him?
He died.
And so you're now the avatar of a god that no longer exists.
No, I'm an avatar of a god that is me. Like I said, it's complicated. Fakir's not what I now understand to be a wish, rebirthed me into this world as I was, fully aware of who I am. The braid shifts over. And of who I am now, shifts back. With all the same power and ability that I had previously.
Ao was to you as Fakir was to Eshkil.
Something like that.
But you are now Ao.
Something along those lines, yes.
So Fakir is here.
I would assume.
What?
Just not
Who's Fakir?
talking.
It's like if you're making a rope, you take little bits of rope and you make a rope. And sometimes you have to use multiple kinds of tree to make the rope.
Your little friend is quite wise.
She is. So you're familiar.
What kind of armor is she wearing?
Plate mail.
I can't pick her up. God fucking damn it.
So you're familiar with Taram, and can you...
Who is the God Emperor?
That's what I was going to ask.
She sort of gets like an awkward look on her face. Like she's trying to figure out how to explain it. Dagon in the background goes, her dad.
Oh.
What?
Right.
So the ancestor of Ao? I'm very confused about this. Gods are weird.
And in Selena's head, there's a little, aren't you glad you're getting to hear this firsthand?
Stop that. I swear to God, I have a disintegrate spell, and I am not afraid to use it.
There is a sense of, if you hate what I am so much, come at me.
Don't.
Meanwhile, in verbal space, well, it seems like, in keeping with the nature of Ran Karnal, the cycle of rebirth, you would need to be reborn as something that could be what you are. So, to be an avatar, you must be the child of someone of godlike power.
Yes, effectively. No, he is a god, though.
Which one?
Yeah.
All of them? So
I would like to.
When So Eidos devours divine energy and uses it to restart the world. But there's a lot of divine energy, more than she can utilize or consume. And the leftover dregs somehow in Eshkil's wish coalesced into a god that is at the same time new and at the same time all of the ones that died.
He's a god made from all of the previous gods left over.
An amalgamation of sorts, yes.
Gwyn is trying really hard to not call him the meatloaf god from this point forward.
Some amalgamation of the remainder divine energy from the previous cycle.
But he's separate from the rest of the gods because they have a pool of power that they all draw and pull against each other from.
Yes.
What happened to Valkyr?
I don't know. He seems to have come through the entire mess fine, and I don't think he knows either.
That's the story that keeps getting told, is that Valkyr is from an age before.
He was around. He was there. Lu worshipped him.
And all the other gods are new?
Yes. Newly formed from the ashes of the old.
Do we think the gods might...
Head explode for a minute.
Do we think the gods might, perhaps, if this energy could be restored to them, have a little bit more ability to do something about the current state of affairs?
No, the gods cannot interfere directly. For a variety of reasons, Eidos is the only one who does.
That's why there's us.
Imagine... I guess the easiest way to describe it is, imagine you are all playing in the sand of a beach. And imagine you created a castle. And you wanted to reach inside that castle to move somebody from one room to another. What would happen to the castle?
It would fall.
And everything around it. This is why This is why the gods do not touch our world.
were the old gods?
There were innumerable. Too many to name. Was there one in particular? Valkyr, though, was one of them.
Valkyr. Yeah, but I don't know.
Just from my clarification, no one's mentioned to Lulu that she used to be a priest. Correct?
No.
Okay,
I don't know
great.
that.
So now there's about 15 made from all the remainders of the ones before.
And more besides. There are the minor divines as well, but they consolidated the greater divines.
How many were there before?
30,
A shit ton,
30,
apparently.
40, 50 major divines, and then thousands of minors.
Oh. Okay.
There were enough major divines to blanket the sky, and minor divines to fill the gaps between.
And what was the world like?
Busy. Very busy.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hope, do we still need to go to Taram?
If you need to go, I can get you there. I'm sure there are more questions you might have.
Mm.
I mean, you wanted to talk to the gods or a god, and
Well, apparently
Ananta here can just... I don't know. Don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but we have a fairly strong lead on where one might be able to be found, although I'm certain there's plenty of restrictions on who's allowed to talk to them and when.
You would have to go through his voice.
Who's his voice?
An archmage named Asclepius.
What? Who is he? What is he like?
He is the voice of the god emperor. He is a politician, a wizard. I try not to interact with him all that much.
Ah, okay.
I don't like to get involved in the politics of the empire.
How big is this empire? What? This is
small in comparison to some other countries, but not so small that it is easy to traverse.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was very.
It has a god at its head, apparently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Very
We're
well.
going to take the long route.
Very well. Dagon
To where?
Dagon sort of looking at you. Yeah, you all look like how I did when she first told me this shit.
Are we going?
Are we still going to Taram for an airship, or?
And if we're just going to Toronto for an airship, teleporting reliably is a good idea.
It is.
Though I do understand the desire to see the land between here and there. Take your time to process what you've learned.
I mostly want to take my time to let Ice Pelt get here.
Well, if we get an airship, we're heading back.
We could go and
towards
find Ice
him.
Pelt. Yes.
Yes.
Which would be
That's what
appreciated.
we're going to do. We're going to go find Gashkar's wyvern, and then we are going to teleport to where I wanted to go. Hopefully we can get there We need to be on the other side of the Feywild. The
Feywood.
Feywood. The Feywood.
Oh?
So, I hope, are we buying an airship first then, or not?
No.
Okay.
No. That will be expensive and risky. No. We are going to go. Yeah, we're going to go find Gashkar's Wyvern, and then we're going to go to the other side of the Feywood.
So we're headed southwest instead of north and east currently.
Yes. I think that's all we need. Thank you so much for the invitation. We'll be going now, I think. We'll look at the...
Oh, thank God.
Dagon puts the bottle, opens the freezer. You see the bodies again, puts the bottle back in there, closes it, walks back over to the sort of front of the cave, grabs the air, and pulls it open. Been a pleasure.
Gwyn is going to be the last one out.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
And Gashkar's waiting behind for Gwyn, so.
Anantaeola will be headed toward the Feywood, but after we're done there, we'll be operating mostly, I believe, out of the city of Kor if you need to find us at all.
Okay. I will bear that information in mind.
Ashkill, you good?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right.
We should figure out a braid thing, though.
Maybe a hat.
Maybe.
Give them both a nod and then duck back out into the tavern.
Gashkar follows afterward.
They follow after as well. The rip in space closing as they Ananta bows her head and
Yes, we're doing the airport thing. Well,
Yeah.
see you later. We both walk to the same gate.
yeah, Ananta bows her head. I wish you all well in your journeys.
And
And
you
the
on
two
yours.
of them head to the door of the tavern, seeming to be leaving. And as they walk out, and as you all take time to process the weird shit that just happened, that's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye!
Goodbye.